Got it.
Okay, so I need to tingnan nyo kung nasa like page tayo ha o nasa personal ko. Oh, wow. Hello, good evening. We're quite delayed, but we're here. Yeah, I'm getting, I know why we haven't started. I'm getting messages why we haven't started. But here we are. Good evening. And I'm Marisa Biconia. I'm the director of the Voice of Domestic Workers. And this month is International Women's Day. And also the following week, what's the date of Mother's Day? 19? Is
19. Yes,
18
19.
yan, Mother's Day. So
19.
this together. Ano ba talaga?
19, 19, the
19.
Mother's
March
Day.
19 is
Yes.
Mother's Day, and March 8 is International Women's Day. And we're doing this tonight because we will be in the street tomorrow in Trafalgar Square. We will be joining the millions women here in London and also all over the world. Yeah. So good evening, ladies. Thank you for joining me tonight. Would you like to introduce yourself first, Gracie?
Hi, I'm Grace, leader of fundraising group, and I've been joining with the boys for 6 to 7 years now. I'm happy to be one part of the Boys of Domestic Worker because it's taught me a lot. To be confident a lot. Yeah, to be have another second family in that no other family can treat me here is only the boys, the second family, and here in London. And happy International Women's Day to all women out there. Only I can see is we are a dreamer, believer, and achiever. We are not weak, and we are taught for the face of harder things. We can stand what we believe is right. I raise my voice not so that I can shout, but so that those without a voice can be heard. Thank you.
Okay, next is Darin.
Hi, I am Doreen. I am from Philippines and from the Voice of Domestic Workers. I am 30 years old and I've been with the Voice since 2019. And yeah.
Okay, next, Jenny.
Hi, happy International Women's Day. I'm Jenny, and I've been a member of the Voice of Domestic Workers for 5 years, and I am one of the pioneer of Future Voices program. And happy International Women's Day.
Okay, Mimi.
Thank you.
Last but not the least, Mimi.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. I'm Mimi, the trustee of the Voice of Domestic Workers, and also the pilot of or one of the pilot of the Future Voices program, and a mother of three. And I'm in the Voice of Domestic Workers since 2016. That's it.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you guys, and really a pleasure to have you in the Voice of Domestic Workers, and I'm just happy that the way you are now is standing on your own, speaking up everywhere. Yeah, I'm quite sad that last Sunday because there was one whom we met. Her visa is going to expire by mid-March, and I supposed to do her NRM, her national referral mechanism, but she refused for the reason that she said she is tired. She just doesn't want to fight anymore. she requested to have counseling, and yeah, I put her forward to our counselor, Miss Aurelia. So, but I told her, just if ever she changed her mind, we're happy to do her case. But the problem, guys, we're trying to save her right to work. And I know you've been through the same journey, and this time is a little bit, I mean, it's very hard. I think a lot harder because for them to be able to pass, now they have to produce evidence and witness a statement. I think for migrant domestic workers, it's really hard to produce that one. So, but we're surviving. Yeah, so I think it's we're going to touch on that issue, you know, on our journey, on how difficult it was. And also I think we could understand why she's feeling not wanting to fight back. I think because I think her story is her employer is diplomat. So diplomat means they are the one working in the government who's supposed to show a good example to many employers on how to treat a worker decently. But I think for 2 years she never had salary. Yeah, so which is very sad. I told her, you know, we can still save your right to work, but she said she's tired. She doesn't want to fight back. So hopefully she changed her minds, because we still, as long as we can put her application within this week, we can still save her right to work. But if she doesn't want, there's nothing much we can do. Yeah. We can only support, but the decision is actually yours, hers. Yeah. Okay, guys, I think we're putting the Philippines as on the spotlight because we are all Filipinos, yeah. And I think on the saying that it's not a saying, it's a reality, it's a fact that Filipinos are scattered all over the world. And according to the government, why is that? Because the Filipinos love to travel. Yeah. And but guys, I want to know, do you agree or disagree in this statement? Who want to go first? Whoever want to go first? Guys, write your comment if you're watching. Write your comment if you have your comment. You can do you agree or disagree? You can write your comment.
What saying?
What
Uh,
saying?
that you
Agree
left the
of
country
going abroad
to, yeah,
or
you left the
Sorry?
country to have you know, less like a tourist, to travel with
Uh,
pleasure. Yeah, is that your reason when why you decided to work abroad?
Mm, no. I'm going to say first. Actually, have a disadvantage and advantage of going abroad. Disadvantage that you are far away from your family. Advantage it, you give them a future. You give them a settlement of life that they can breathe and they can think freely and to become how do you call
Yeah.
this one, is a peaceful mind that they never think that don't have any food to eat in the morning.
So was that the reason that pushed you to work abroad? What pushed you to work abroad? Was that your reason?
That is the first reason that why I work abroad.
Okay.
Aside from that, if my life is okay in the Philippines, why should I going abroad?
Mm.
But no, it's tough. It's so hard. It's so hard to find a good job there. Even if you find a good job there, it's only for eating, nothing else. Because of that, the salary is so small, and the end. You know, if you're not settled and if you're not finished about your education, you have only work there for what? Sales lady, and sales lady is going to only for food. What if they're going to school?
Mm. Yeah.
You can't.
How about you, Jenny? What you agree that you get out of the country to travel with pleasure, or you have a certain reason that you want
Uh,
to work abroad?
yeah, there's a reason for me in everything working abroad. First is the main reason is the poverty in our country. Yes, we have working there, but the salary is too little that you cannot feed your family. Even especially if you have a newborn or a children, they need education. We need education. We need food. The future of your children, the future of the whole family. That is the reason why I push to go abroad, for them, not for my child not to experience what I experienced as the hardship of life in Philippines, in our country. So that's why I decided to go abroad, even though it's hard for me. It's killing me. Honestly, it's killing me. When I decided, especially I left my child abruptly with a 1-year-old, and it's
Mm.
too difficult as a mom
Yeah.
to leave your children at that age.
What about you, Darin? Is there a particular reason, or you just really want to get out of the country?
So the saying is, what's the saying, ate? Was it the Filipinos
The Filipinos love to travel.
with pleasure?
Pleasure, yeah.
With
We
pleasure, I think that is with the people who are, had those kind of enough money for them to go abroad for like kind of tourists and stuff like that. Yeah, because they have, enough money for it to go outside the country. But in my, in my side, I mean, going abroad, because it's what Jenny said. Number one is to, Philippines, we're in the poverty. So the reason, one of the reason that I went, I was here. I mean, I'm here abroad because way back then we're very poor in the Philippines and we couldn't even afford to buy food. Yeah, we can't afford to eat 3 times a day and, bought some proper food. So I just don't want that my daughter will experience what I experienced before. So that first reason that I, for forced to go to abroad.
What about you, Mimi? What's your reason? Do you really
I
travel
I
to?
want to correct that word pleasure, because when you say pleasure, it's a feeling of you're happy, satisfied, you're enjoying. How can you be happy? How can you be satisfied? How can you be um enjoy your life if you don't know what will happen to you in the foreign country? If you don't know what will happen to your family, to your children when while you're away. So I want to correct that word pleasure. I think it's not it's not pleasure, because it's more on sacrifice, you know,
Yeah.
not pleasure. It's more on sacrificing everything in exchange to give them a better future.
Yeah, I remember, guys. I I think I had 2 children, and I went to hospital. I wanted to do the the ligation,
Mm.
so that I could move, I could work, because I could see my children are crying of every little thing that they want, and
Mhm.
I couldn't give that. So, but then the doctor refused to do that to me, because you need to have 3 kids before they can do that. So when I had my third child, straight away I did that, because I really wanted to to be able to work. But I think back home there's no job that you could both look after your children, and also that could provide the everyday needs. It's not just about the everyday needs, the food, but also it's the hospitalization, when they say the clothes, the uh education. Yeah, you have to think of the future. So yeah, right, straight away, I think I already started to look around where I could work. Yeah, so we all then went to abroad. Where is the first country that you work, Gracie,
Country, Hong Kong.
before coming to UK?
Before, Hong Kong, Kuwait, and then before coming to UK.
What about you, Darren? Where did you go first?
Qatar.
Qatar, and then come to the UK.
Yeah.
And Mimi, where did you go first?
Dubai.
Dubai, and then here in the UK.
Dubai. Yeah.
And Jenny, where did the first country did you go?
I worked 4 years in Saudi Arabia and went to Oman, then here in UK.
Yeah, I first worked in Singapore, Hong Kong, and then UK. So that's that journey. And why is that? I think, did you think before that? Did you set this kind of, oh, I will only work for 2 years and then I come back? Because before I did set that 2 years I come back, but seems like when you already finish and then you're not yet okay.
Yeah.
It seems the back
Mm.
home is also, still struggling, and yeah, so you ended up in working again.
Going a bit,
Yeah.
yes.
Mm.
Are you the same, guys?
No, no, no. Me, no. Because when I left my home country, what I said to my family, I will come back once my youngest daughter finishes her college. That's it. That's the only time that I will come back.
Not. For me, after I finish in 2 years in Hong Kong, I'm saying to myself that I'm going to stay, because that time when I left, my youngest one is 3.5 years old, and when I come back, he didn't even know who I am. He called me auntie. Yeah, and in the evening, when we going to sleep, he don't want to sleep with me. He go to his sister. I'll take him when he sleep, but when he wake up in the middle of the night, she shouts. She looks like she saw it a ghost. It's break my heart. It's break my heart to see that the youngest one, they didn't know who I am. But it's more break my heart if I don't have food to put in the table, that they are starving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Jenny? Did you set
Uh,
a time to yourself?
uh, yes. When I went to Saudi Arabia, I told to myself that if I finish 2 years, every contract, and go back to the Philippines, I said to myself, now I need to go back again because of the hardship of life, and I don't want that I would be stuck without nothing, without any earn money or any investment or any. I set in my mind, I set my goal that I need to reach that. I need to get that one
Mm.
for me. That's why even if it's so hard to sacrifice to go abroad, I need to, because of my goal. I
Mm.
need to reach my goal. Not only for myself, but especially to my daughter.
Okay. What about you, Darren? Did you set a goal for yourself?
Yeah, I set the goal like 2 years, and then I will not gonna come back again. And then it now it doesn't work because I've been struggling too.
Yeah, I think it's very obvious because we found each other here in the UK.
Yeah.
But
Even when I'm here in UK, I told to myself that's only 3 years. But what can we do? We
okay,
just grab the opportunity that working here, earn money
we
for
heard that
family.
from our members as well. Yeah, like we just rescue them. Like, oh, I will
Mm.
stay here very long. I will. But when they already kind of a little bit settled and here, and then they also change their mind. But also, I think there's something in the Philippines really that I think even now there are still many Filipinos getting out of the country to work as domestic workers, quite many.
Yeah.
But there are also skilled, but I think like nurses, like
Mhm.
carers and engineers, yeah, there are also many. But I think the the phase of globalization really, you remember when the most in demand job was domestic work. Yeah, I
Mm.
think this was the fastest way that we could get out of the
Yeah.
country. Yeah,
Over the world. Over the world.
yeah. So guys, I think we will find common here. You tell me the what migration cost you. Yeah. Number one is broken family.
That's
Hindrance
true.
to meet our to reunite our family that we are suffering for how many years? For me, it's 11 years. Oh my God, it's 11 years that I never been meet there in personal. So that is the home office, the government take that right from me.
But also for me also I may be guys different from you in this sense that I could go home anytime I wanted. But
Mm.
I think on my first year working abroad, I already lost the father of of my children. Yeah. So we just 1 year. So we're already broken family. So in a way, I could go, I think at least once a year or every 2 years, or sometimes I sacrifice not to go home because if one of my children is sick, then I'll just send that money rather than I go home. Yeah, so but I think that to me was really a broken family, which I think in a long distance relationship is hard really to keep. Yeah, plus also it's not just about the husband, the partners. It's also about your relationship with the children. Like what you're saying, Gracie, that your child didn't recognize you. I also experienced that. Yeah, but I think I prepared myself already that it will happen, especially before there's no social media. Yeah.
Yeah, no social media. It's a long distance call and letter.
What about you guys? Did you manage to keep your family, or you ended up in?
Actually, for me, actually, when I decided to go abroad, I set on my mind already about that issue because every family that one went abroad, you expect already for a broken family. It's only few OFW now that is whole family, because the long distance relationship is hard to handle, especially if you don't have the right communication, the talking each other, or the doubt, the everything. So I expected already uh that will happen
What
as
about
one as
you,
a broken family.
Karen? Did you is the same with you, or you have different experience?
I mean, since I was in the Philippines, my relationship was been toxic already.
Okay.
And we already had these issues like an affair, and we still continued it until I went to Qatar, and then yeah, we end up like a broken family.
Yeah. What about you, Mimi?
I am me. I am on. I am more on practical reason, practical and everything. And before, um, it's like I'm already ready of whatever happens. But
Mm.
the fact that there's there's no perfect family. If our family are all perfect, we are not here. There's no life. There's no perfect life, you
Mm.
know. But we can deal with it. We can make it perfect. We cannot make it perfect, but we can make the best out of it. You know what I mean? That as long there is you are that as long as even as long as sex will always be there, you know. It's
Mm-mm.
more on not love to your partner, not love to your husband or wife. It's more on love to your children, you know. That's it.
Yeah. Okay.
Children is the center.
Yeah, guys, those who are watching us, if you what's the migration cost you? Yeah, costed you. So one of them is broken family. Another one, guys, did you experience death in your family during your lifetime abroad? Anyone in your family pass away? I think that's one of the saddest thing as well.
Darren.
Yeah, lots
I've
of
experienced it.
yeah, I've experienced it, but as I have said, I am always in the practical side. Rather, even if I feel sad, I can change anything anyway. Yeah.
Mm,
If I can go home, yes, I can go home. But how about the future of my children? Where it I can bring
Mm.
back the life of my loved one, even if I go home.
mm. What about you,
I'm always
Gracie?
looking for the long term, for the future.
Did you experience?
For me, the closest one, we can call it the immediate family.
Mm,
Immediate family is your mom and dad, your siblings, and niece or nephew, daughter. Thanks God, it's not. But the ex the far relatives,
ended
yeah,
family.
yeah, have a lot. But what can we do?
Mm. What about you, Darren? Any death happen in your family while you are away, while you are here?
Yeah, my father was passed away
Oh.
last year.
And you didn't manage to go home, obviously.
Of course, I didn't manage to go home, although I accept the fact that he will gonna gone someday, because when it was just past, I mean, way back then, he's not feeling well, and then but then it's my father, of course. And the end of the day, no matter what, I still gonna get hurt, because it's one of the important person in your life is your parents. It's very hard, but life must go on.
Jenny, you have experience?
Yeah, same Darren, my mom passed away
Oh,
1 year ago, and that's why I don't like to to be a nanny and to be a carer, because the guilt that I didn't care for my mom before and for my daughter now. That's why it's really hard for me being a carer and a nanny. I'd rather to work and work rather than to to being a carer
okay.
because of my guilt.
I remember my grandmother. My grandmother was the one who raised me and my sister. And when I returned on my first 2 years vacation, yeah, holiday break, I look for my grandmother. And then they brought me in the cemetery. And then, yeah, so they never really told me that my grandmother passed away. I think for the reason that they don't want to hurt me, but also I think it's more painful not telling me. So it's something,
Mm.
yeah. So number 3, guys, I put her dad. So in Singapore, I didn't have a loan because it was all salary deduction. But when I went to Hong Kong, I had a loan and I had to pay that every month for 6 months.
6 months.
What about you? Did you experience being alone?
Yes, I'm in Hong Kong. You're not going to Hong Kong without paying a placement fee, and that is payable for 6 months, and half of your salary it's go there. So Hong Kong is a small salary, but can be big enough salary from the Saudi Arabia that time.
Mm.
Yeah, it's payable. You can, even you're so hard to work there, you're so tired, you want to go home, you can't. When you're going home, where did you going to find that money to pay it?
Mm.
So you need to stay there and work until you finish your contract.
Did you experience, guys, or you're on salary deduction? How about you, Darren?
No, I don't have any experience.
Yes. Yes, because some of the Middle East, the employer
It's free.
pays for everything. Yeah.
Yeah, it's free.
What about you, Jenny? Did you experience?
They deducted me for 2 months, but yeah, yeah, and it seems like they bought your life,
Yeah.
because everything they want you to do is they will ask for that money. If you ask to go back in agency, it's because you don't the hard of work, and you want to go back to agency, they will ask for that money. That it seems like they bought your life.
Mm. Yeah, Mimi, did you experience or you're rich enough to provide for your expenses?
Wow, rich enough. I should just stay in the Philippines if I'm rich enough. Well, before I answer that, Amy Angeles, thank you for the comment. She says it's not easy to work abroad because I plan to give better future. But the other side, I didn't know. My husband have a woman, but for the sake of my children, I swallowed all my pride because I don't want to have a broken family. I'm a martyr wife, she says.
Mm.
Oh, well, anyway, there's no salary deduction in Middle East, so I didn't pay anything in Middle when I applied abroad. It's just that I only shoulder my medical, and that's it.
Yeah. Okay. I want to ask you guys, did you achieve your dream for your children and your family?
I can say yes on my part. I can say yes because um they are in a situation now, what I dreamed, you know, for them to have, you know, to have a beauty, uh to be in a, to be in a stable situation, to study in a really very prestigious school. So I am happy.
Okay. What about you, Jenny? Did you achieve your dream?
I think it's fair enough for now, but it's not 100 totally 100%. It's still because my child is still young, so my goal is still not there. But fair enough for her.
It seems, did you mute yourself, Jenny? We didn't
No.
hear your last. Can
Oh,
you try
sorry.
this? Okay.
It's not 100% that I reached the goal already because my child is still small, still young,
Mm.
and but her life, I can say that it is fair enough. Uh, she can get everything she wants, but the education or everything is still not there. But I settled already about that
What about you,
with
Darren?
her.
Did you achieve?
I would say that I'm starting achieving it,
Mm.
but I'm just in the starting point at the moment.
What about you, Gracie?
Well, like, of course, very hard, isn't it? Yeah. It's still, they are still in the school. So achieve, for me, when I say achieve, I can see they're already their future is solid, that they are all finished their education. Because for me, why I'm here, because of them. If no one will going to finish their study, for me that is a big, 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 big failure, a big,
Mm.
can say that big, because why we hear that we are suffering to be far away from our country, our family, because of them. If they're going to the wrong way, what is the purpose that we are still here?
Mm. Yeah. Mimi, can you read the comments? Because I couldn't see it. Yeah, do we have
Yeah,
comments?
as of now, I always still have Amy's comment that she's a martyr wife. Well, can we say, well, Amy, it's just like Miss DJ. Hello, Miss DJ. What can we say to Amy, guys? That she swallowed all her pride just for the sake of her children,
Of
for
our
to them,
children.
for to have a broken family, because she's a martyr wife. I can say that you are not a martyr wife, but you have very what what you showed is the unconditional love for your children, that you will what you call this, um
You're willing
uh
to sacrifice.
sacrifice everything because yeah, because of your love to your children. Yeah,
But I
but
agree
it's not
with that.
easy.
But
It is not
yeah.
easy, you know, to swallow your pride. It is not easy, but you know, it's also good thing that you will also um uh let your children get angry, or you know, to their father, you know, that the respect is still there no matter what, because at the end of the day they are still uh, the husband is still the father, you know what I mean. So
Mhm. Yeah. We are adult already to think about that we
yeah,
don't need to fight for our husband just for that reason.
yeah.
Yeah.
Heidi Bancroft, thank you for the message. She said, well done for all the sacrifices you have made for your children. Thank you, Heidi.
Yeah, I think before, guys, I also kind of angry at the beginning. But I thought that I was prepared at that time. Like, I make sure that the father of my children couldn't fight me in terms of who will who will take them, yeah. But when I was applying for my children to join, I think, guys, I'm quite fortunate because my time there was still rights, yeah, which we're trying to fight as well, yeah. But because I managed to. If you read my story, Cry of a Migrant, my closing there was, I know one day my children and I will be reunited, and it happened. So when I was doing their application to come and join me, there's a section there about the father, and I put NA, was the father, NA, and then they asked me why you put NA. I said, he is not dead, he is alive, but worse than dead. I think it's easier when your husband is dead, yeah. It's easy than alive. And yeah, so that was, I put NA, and then I explained why, yeah. And then but the immigration accepted that anyway. So when but I got ready to one day he might fight me back over the the, what you call that, guys, the, to get my children from me, yeah. So
Custody. So
yeah,
your
that's
children's
yeah.
custody.
But guys, when their application was rejected, yeah, I was forced to look for the father because he's alive, yeah, and so we need to look for him, and kind of worry, but I had no choice but to look for him. So I said, for once in your life, do the right thing, sign whatever your children need from you, sign it, yeah, without question, without anything, yeah. But the worry that I have, guys, it was actually baseless. I realized that because the children are, they know what's happening, yeah. You don't have to really brainwash them whatsoever. They know that
Yeah.
sacrificing for them. They know what the father, So they will be your weapon, yeah, against your partner, your husband. So yeah, so it wasn't really, I didn't really have problem when I was filing for them to join me here. So then that's my wish, guys, for you. Maybe one day also you will have your children with me. But also, speaking of children, that's my next question as well, because I put one of the cause of migration. It's also, how many years have you been separated with your children? How about you, Gracie? How many years you never see them?
11 years.
11. Oh wow, that's so long. How old are they?
Yeah. I can say that the youngest one is 6 that time. Now Marisa is 17 years old.
Hmm.
Yes. But luckily we have a video call now, yeah. We have a social media.
Yeah.
But before, no. The thing is, I just remember my second daughter tell me when because that time she's 11 or gonna be 12. Because I left without saying goodbyes because I don't want them to see me left. When I'm in the ship going to Manila, my second daughter messaged me. Yeah, it's said that she threatened me to to run away if I'm not going back. She threatened me to run away in the house if I'm not coming back. And even she going to promise me that she never, never, never complain anything. And she told me that even she don't have any money to going to school, she going to endure it. That is the hardest thing that you hear, you know,
Yeah.
that well, I until now, she always cry, she always cry. How many years that she going to accept it? 5 years? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because every day I'm going to explain it to her. It's not only you, it's for your sibling, they're too small, it's for us. If you like that we always begging for food to other house, already it's very hard. And eventually she accepted that now we are talking, she just laughing, because it can't be accepted now. But in the future, if you're going to explain every day, to talk with them every day, I never miss a day without talking with them. So, yeah.
I think this is what we say, that it's not just us who's making the sacrifices. I think it's also hard for the children, for our children.
Yeah, because they feel that they are alone, and if somebody will going to bully them, no mother will going to protect them. When yeah,
I think the decision that we made, guys, like uh we didn't really abandon them. There is a very reason why we choose to be away rather than to watch them die of hunger, nothing to eat. Yeah.
Marisa, it's very hard to see your kids looking somebody who are eating and they're not. Oh my
Yeah.
God, it's breaking your heart, you
Yeah.
know. So it I'm saying to myself, no, it can't be like this, because I never these states of my kids, I never been there that I'm starving when I'm small, because we are okay enough to eat and to buy anything what I like. But when I have a family on my own, it's very hard to see them starving. That
How about you, Darin? How many years you never see your daughter?
It's going
Daughter
to be
or son?
5 years.
Son?
My daughter.
Daughter. Okay.
Yeah.
5 years you
Yeah,
never.
it's going to, yeah,
How
it's
old
five
is she
years now.
now?
She's going to be 12 years old in the next month.
Is she talking to you whenever you call her?
Yeah, we had a really good communication every day.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good. It's really good,
But
guys.
then, yeah, she's in the stage where in a teenager, like, there were times that she felt a kind of bit depressed. Like, the hard thing is when when they're not feeling well, or they're ill, or, you're not there to take good care. And when
To help
when
them
those
with that.
times when those times that they feel bad for those people around them, and you're not there to you know to to protect it's very hard.
Yeah. What about you, Jenny? How many years you never see your daughter?
It's been 6 years already, Te. I left her when she just 1 year old, and she is 7 years old now. And leaving her is so hard because, for example, these days, uh, she can't talk to me properly, even though we talk every day via video call.
Mm.
So yeah, it makes me jealous when I call her with her nanny in her side, that I felt like she is ignoring me, while I see her kissing and hugging my sister or her nanny. It breaks my heart because I want the feeling that
Oh,
I am the one. I'm craving for her kisses,
mm,
for her hugs that I used to see every day with her nanny and with my sister, because she called my sister mommy,
mm,
which is, it makes me jealous, honestly, especially when she kisses them,
mm.
because I'm craving
I
for
think
that love.
think of it, Jenny, that you can see that as your child is being loved. Yeah. I think that's our sign, if your daughter is so close to your sister,
Yeah,
and that means that she's being loved. Because if not, then you cannot say that your daughter doing that to them. Yeah. But yeah, of course, the virtual is not enough. You need the physical to feel the,
yeah,
the true love, the true care that you wanted. And I think we shower them with material things, yeah. Because
yeah.
that's
That is the way I uh I give love to her, to give what she wants, material.
mm,
Yeah, that is the way I give my love to her.
yeah,
It's
and you're the
materials.
financer, the
Yeah.
so what about you, Mimi? Yeah. How about you, Mimi? How many?
Okay, let's have a break again first. From Dimple, I'll read this. It's not easy to work abroad. This is from Dimple and the Dimple de Torres. It's not easy to work abroad while we are far away from our family, but because I have still goals for my children, I'm still doing my best and trying that maybe someday I will be with them. I've been apart from my family for 13 years, and my children is asking me all the time when there is an occasion like birthday, Christmas, graduation to come home and stay with them for a while. But I always told them that what I'm doing is for them and not for myself. Thank you, Dimple. Well, I'll answer that question. What's the question again? How old?
How
How
The
many?
many
question again.
years you're
How
apart from
many
your
years?
children?
I've been away for 10 years. I left my children. My youngest is 7, then 13 and 15. Now, my eldest is already 25, turning 23, my son, and my youngest is 17. You know, but because I know that they are loved by the extended families. They are loved by their father. They are loved by their aunties. Their grandparents. So I am really um I know that they will be in good hands. So there's no I although I feel sad to leave them, but not that worried that they will no, that they will not be cared for. So yeah, I'm just being very, very thankful to both sides of families, my side and their father's side. I'm very thankful.
Okay.
You're lucky.
But even if I am not worried that they will not be treated well. I know that they are treated well. But the worries will always be there as a mother.
Yeah.
Especially when they're not ill, especially when time of pandemic.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
Yeah.
that we don't know because all of them had COVID. We don't know. I had a fear. I had a feeling that, can I still come home? Can I still see my family? You know what I mean? Because
Mm.
it's pandemic.
Yeah.
So the worries that are always be there. Although I know that they are really loved 100% by both sides.
It took me 17 years, guys, to finally be reunited with my children, because I couldn't take them when I was in Singapore. There's no such law. I couldn't take them when they were in I was in Hong Kong. There's no such law of family reunion. But when I came to the UK, yeah, I managed to bring them. It took me 17 years. But the difference, guys, I could go home and visit them at least once a year, every 2 years, every 3 years, something like that. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's the sacrifice, that you had to make, that we all had made. But I think it's worse on your part, guys, because when you came in the UK, the policy changed in 2012. So that's not giving you the right to to renew your visa, to have because if you could renew your visa, guys, you can take them with you here. And if you will have also your right citizenship, but even you couldn't take them with you, you could go and visit them. Yeah, at least that right, yeah, should be given to you. So, and this is why we never stop campaigning to restore back those rights.
Yeah.
Now it's getting late. I have last question. If going back, do you think you will make the same decision to leave your children behind and work abroad?
No, I'm still even it's very hard. Still, I'm going to work abroad.
What about you, Darlene?
The same.
You're going to make the same decision. What
Yeah.
about you, Mimi?
Yes, I because I'm very ambitious person. I don't take it negatively. I take it positively. For yeah, I have really high ambition for my children. I think I should still be on the same decision. Yeah, that I'm still going abroad. Yeah. The question is, or should we say, if our government, if our country has enough job or proper job for me, should I go abroad? Maybe not. But since none, so
Mm.
and I think it's still the same. So I still have the same decision that
Mm,
I'm going abroad.
yeah.
What about you, Jenny?
Actually, since I was young, it's my dream for me to go here in UK, especially the London is falling down. But it's my dream, ever since when I was young. But yeah, I achieve it, but in in not this situation, you know. I dream to go here with legal papers and everything, not in this situation, but maybe it's my destiny to be here.
Jenny, you realize the London Bridge is falling down. It's not actually falling
Yeah.
down.
Yeah. Yes, it
And
is.
the Tower of London is not really tower. It's also many kind of the disappointed. Is this that London Bridge is falling down? No, the song is more
Yeah. I'm
to
looking
tower.
with the London Bridge. Where is the London Bridge? There's the falling down. I can see it.
The-
Because when we are young,
we
we
sing
that
that one. We
game we
sang that
always,
one.
yeah.
But it's actually more applicable in the Tower Bridge.
Yeah, but not in
Downtown.
London. Because they call it London Bridge before the Tower Bridge. In Philippines, that's what we think.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Anyway, guys, if you prepare your message for International Women's Day, you can do it again, Gracie. Maybe we make it to you
I,
and have your closing
I,
your message
I'm
to your
Yeah, I'm a good student, Marisa. I follow your what you say. Yeah, actually, I write it before 10 minutes before we online. Did you
Same.
see this? I already say it,
Same
even
with
you
me.
didn't
but you
say
want to
it.
say it again?
Okay, so happy International Women's Day to all women's out there. We are the dreamer, believer, and achiever. That's what we are. We are not weak. We are tough to face the hardest thing. We always stand what we believe is right. I raise my voice not to so that I can shout, but so that those without a voice can be heard. Happy International Women's Day!
What about you, Darren? Did you prepare anything?
I'm not a good student anyway. So I would say, because I was very late, went home. Because I had a meeting with my solicitor, so my mind was like blowing up. And I would say that know your worth and love yourself. Happy International Women's Day.
That's true. Jenny, your message?
Happy International Women's Day. Women around the world, be yourself, stay positive and strong. With your intelligence and purity, we can conquer the world. If you want to succeed in life, start with the desire to succeed. This will guide you in the right direction. Always be ready on that. Happy International Women's Day.
And happy Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy
How about
Mother's
you,
Day.
Mimi?
Yeah, I have a message. This is a message for all the mothers that feels they are failing, that because they ended up in a broken family or their children lost their path, that they feel they don't want to fight anymore. These are all for you. To the mom who feels you are failing, don't doubt yourself. Right now, it feels hard, but each day you still show up, even through the exhaustion. Exhaustion. You pour your love into your children, even though your cup feels empty. You do the best you can, even when you think you can't. And that dear mama is not failing. You are amazing. Happy International Women's Day. Happy Mother's Day.
Wow. So hopefully everybody learns from each of your messages, guys. So thank you for joining me tonight. And to me, motherhood is an incredible journey filled with immeasurable hardship, exhaustion, love, and happiness. Happy Women's Day and happy Mother's Day to all beautiful, brave, and powerful women. Have a peaceful evening to everyone. Thank you, guys. Thank you for
Thank you.
being
Thank
wonderful,
you.
being brave by
Thank you.
to help
Good
me help
night.
Good
Yulina.
Yeah,
night,
thank you,
everyone.
Dimple. Thank you, Dimple. And thank you, Sarah, for
Thank
the
you.
lovely
Hi, Kuya
message.
Roman.
Yeah, I
Roman
couldn't
is
see them,
watching.
guys. Can you make
Yeah,
Yeah, you
Dimple
should.
says,
You didn't see.
Dimple says it's heartache for me while I'm listening with you guys. We lost our time to take care of our children. Hello, Roman. Sarah said, Sarah, happy Women's Day for all the women in the world, especially to the migrant domestic workers who deprived of their life and freedom to dedicate their life and freedom for the better future of their innocent children and siblings. Sending love. Thank you. Janet says, Happy International Women's Day. Be proud, be strong. Yes. So thank you all, ladies. Thank
Thank
you.
you
Thank
for
you,
Thank
Thank
joining
you,
you.
guys.
Roman,
us.
and
Thank you
Bye-bye.
for
thank you,
joining
Robin,
us
Thank
Robin.
you.
tonight.
Good
Okay.
night.
Night,
Thank you. Yeah, good night.
everybody.
Bye. Thank you.
Hmm,
Bye.
paano?
Now we don't know how to get out. It's always like this, yeah.
Naka-live pa.
Just
Hindi ko na
listen.
alam kung ikaw na nga pumatay, Marisa.
Hmm?
Hindi
Yeah.
ko na alam kung saan ako pupunta nito.
Thank you,
You,
guys.
you,
Thank
you
you.
will be in the Zoom, guys. Hold
Ah,
on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I close this now, I
I
yeah.
have
think you
this
need to
thing.
end the live, ate, so that you can,
And
The,
Oh, yeah. And
the, the,
first,
em-
and
the,
Facebook
then,
the, em- the emoji earlier are all like sad and
heart.
heart
Now
But
it's
But now
rough.
it's all laughing faces.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Nawawala,
Thank
nawawala
you.
yung, hindi na ako, sana, ikaw
I
na
will
lang.
end in the one, yeah, in the Zoom.